and hand them to you. Once again, good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be have you on board today. So uh, we thank the Nigeria Space Research Development Agency for giving us this opportunity to share what we do with this wider audience and motivate people from Nigeria. It was a series of trainings that started on the 3rd November by the intro to the Africa platforms. And now, after we had the food security, that was 4th of November, after we had the water resources and the flood risk mapping, that was the 5th of November. Yesterday, it was urbanization and the coastal erosion. And today, we'll be wrapping up our session. I try to see how we can co-develop a use case using the Africa platforms. So now, once again, if you go to the presentation here, I'm just to share. I'll be talking mostly about this case, not the urbanization, but if allow me, I want to first of all edit this title, and this is how the ticket will look like. And but now we'll be working on the use case development. So once again, I thank each of the team, and as you can see, we have been talking about the Africa, the way we are providing free access to EO datasets and its cloud infrastructure, and community infrastructure, trying to empower governments in the use of EO datasets to form several initiatives aiming at mitigating climate change impact and also ensuring food security and minimizing disaster within the country and the region in general. And of course, everything is completely free. We thank people who have been contributing to the development of service and products, especially Afroegis Regional Center in Ife, that should be Nigeria. And of course, we still rely on open data qubit technology through which everyone could access to a cloud computing infrastructure data sets. And of course, we build capacity of different people across the continent to use EO datasets. So relying try to convert data into insights. And of course, we developed a lot of free accessible tools that could be either customized or even you should be able to define the spatial extent and the time scale, then we go directly and run your analysis. And this is what we have been doing. We have covered all these services. We saw how they can able to solve several phenomena related to environment, food security, climate change, and also trying to start by small phenomenon to the complex analysis, either at exploratory level by the Africa maps, but also using our cloud computing interface, that's the sandbox. So the interface you're using, we went through the map, sandbox, and there are tutorials that show how you can also use other graphics tutorials like ArcGIS or QGIS, and we keep enjoying our work. So those cases, why are they important? First of all, this is very key as they can help us not to only place data, but to have impact on the ground, on the life, your life, or the population in any country. That's why we've developed a lot of use cases in collaboration with the partners for the continent. some of them in Kenya, Ghana, Tanzania, Botswana, Uganda, and Niger, and so on. And of course, we try to support some industrial projects. So, like the coastal monitoring that was applied to KwaZulu-Natal, Tengela, even Sadi Portugal, even Lake Nigeria. The mangrove vegetation monitoring, that was the example of Jokotola in Nigeria, even a project in Madagascar in Zanzibar, inspiring the restoration of mangrove ecosystem. And also we have water resource monitoring, like Lake Ngami, but there's another one in Lake Chad. Giraffe conservation, trying to locate them from flood areas. That was in Kenya. Urban expansion. We have a lot of cases, Guru, Uganda, Joburg, South Africa, Kumasi, Ghana, and so on. And and farm agriculture, like in Ghana, big data guys trying to inform the mango phenology for sustainable production. So there are so many, but suppose that you want to request a use case, want to request for support from the Africa team. What you do, first of all, we need to create specific applications or scenarios to show how certain data and personal information can be used to solve the old problems in Africa, or especially in Nigeria, even from national scale to uh, the very local scale. And use cases, they always showcase practical applications of the Africa tools, platforms, and even data so that they can inform decision making, post development, even sustainable development in general. And it doesn't necessarily to be very big. It can be a solution that could impact tens or even thousands, or even hundreds of farmers. Maybe people affected by the coastal erosion, people affected by the drought, like the one we're doing with the Northern Regional Trust in Kenya, trying to inform the national management of the rangelands. And once you identify a use case, the Africa team is there to support. And what you need is to submit a very well detailed request with a clear objective, study area and time frame, the scope, input data, and of course expected results, as well as any other additional information. And this should from this we can strategize on how can we support you, and one of our team can be there to support. So once you fill the form, I want to show how it looks like. You request for technical support. You can uh, have a look at help desk and so on. And once submitted, the Africa team will connect you for initial discussions to understand, to have a common understanding on the use case, and also how you can access data platform, and also our uh, our analysis environment, that's mostly the sandbox and map, but also how we shall disseminate the results. That's a kind of copyright channels for dissemination. And for the Africa, everything is free. What we need is that you acknowledge our use case, that our contribution in terms of data and technical support. So if we go to the Africa website, so on the support, the page, I share in the chat. When you go to the support page, you'll see Um, you'll see some few pages. The first page is the technical support request, where you can directly contact our team when you are facing some technical issues. Maybe your sandbox is not working, maybe some codes are not running. You can directly fill this form, and any our technical team will get back to you as soon as possible. But not the rest of the day. But also you request for a use case support, and that way you could click on with this form that help you to describe. Uh, you give the email, you give the organization, if it's for academia or any other type of organization, the country, the preferred language. Actually, we are supporting the people mostly in French and English. And the details, we describe what we like to do, theme, the theme we like to do. All those themes were a little bit highlighted. You just pick one, and also the study area. This should be either a link to a shape file, even XY coordinates, even the name of the region that is known. Then the time scale, the preferred scale in meter, um, and also additional information. And if you are allowed to share your story, and if you want to be contacted for later uh, analysis. So, so what you can do, I paste it in the chat for you in your team. If any of the participants would like to work on use case, try to give the feedback. Then what we do, we connect each of you individually, and also you can do a use case is a group of people, and then we can support you as a group and see how you can mature it. Even why not come out with a well detailed or some solutions to any challenge that our society is facing. So also there is our help desk through which you can check the community, some 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 communication, but also you can once again submit a ticket to our team, and our team is will be always there to support, or they will get back to you and try to support each of you. So when you are filling the form, you can even do it later because the link remains there. So we can go back. So once you complete it, that's where the initial stage of collaboration starts. So all those feed I showed them on our website, and so now this case is submitted. Um, the step should be uh, our team will examine and do an evaluation of the request. So we see if it is feasible to support or not, because some of these cases maybe they are very demanding. You don't have the capacity to do it, to satisfy the needs of the user. Then we can get back to the user. Some people are sending requests that require support outside of Africa, and our data coverage is for Africa. That you can't do it. Even some of the phenomenon, we're not able to handle them So that's why we get back to see the feasibility of providing support, but also we see if within our existing tools, if there's any tool that could support the user. But if not, also we can start building one from the scratch. And also we identify the most appropriate team member to assist you in the use case. Sometimes people should feel switch due to uh, expertise, due to the familiarity in the area, due to the language you speak, and so on. Then we do a first contact via email, and also we arrange a meeting just to make sure that we are at the same page, and so that we could support you efficiently. So once we had the kind of initial meeting, we we continuously work on this case, but also with in-depth discussions. So we try to organize several meetings to make sure that we understand all the requirements, and if the solutions that are being developed fit for the purpose, but also the applicants should be introduced to the work environment, which is mostly the sandbox, if necessary, because some of the applicants are familiar with the sandbox. And also, if possible, so we could direct the applicant to the courses on our learning platform just to increase or to improve his or her skills. Um, uh, the last one is a collaborative effort that we collaborate developing applications and notebook, and also we get the applicants step by step, so that at least we can provide uh, timely solutions to the request. And so once a use case is successful, you can choose to share it under our use case folder. Um, okay, there's someone I'd like to know if, sorry, I'd like to know, Biola Lol, I'd like to know if an email contact will be available to send questions or concern for um, for further inquiries after this training. Of course, yes. Our email is shared at the end of each presentation, and you can have a look at it. You can share any requests or any follow-up. Thank you, sir. So you can share use case with others, but they could be either duplicated in terms of notebooks and methodology, or even either even upgraded or even adapted to any other region, depending upon the level of familiarity with the work environment by anyone. But once again, equal pay go to roles and responsibilities. The Africa team's role is to guide, not to execute or the use case. So some people think we can do everything and get back to them with the results. That's not our intention. This is just to try to support technically, and the work will be yours. Then we can guide you step by step until you do the work. Then we suppose that you are empowered, and you also empower uh, people in your group. And of course, um, at the end, you can be able to use the platforms in the past. We have a lot of use cases that were shared over time. We have the one on catching food security that was in Somalia, the coastlines for the world worker countries, and urban growth, flood modeling and urban growth. Um, uh, a lot of use cases. The one on water resources, recently in Ethiopia with IMI, and the coastal change, and so on. Rangeland health, this was ongoing with the Northern Regional Trust in Kenya, and to be able to develop many more. So this was the example of the coastline service use case for Saripoti, where CSC team have put on the validation of the Africa tool using both high resolution data sets, especially also photos and even DGPS and drones. They were able to develop a good use case on study portal. Yeah. So informing mangrove vegetation in Zanzibar, the combination of the team were able to identify key hotspots of mangrove kind of people clearing the mangrove vegetation. Then we informed the restoration initiative, and a video on how to work can be accessed via the link. I compile all the three materials and send them together in a folder to everyone in the team. You can have a look at all these examples. Recently, Jokotola from the University of Lagos using the platform just to understand the trends, the loss in the mangrove vegetation, and of course, this could be relying on that status. We could try to inform target conservation policies, even prioritize the areas of intervention, as you can see. So with the Ghana statistics, we were able to inform the trends in illegal gold mining, known as Galamsey, in Pamplona Forest Reserve, and you can see how it evolved over time. And of course, this was a good formation for both Environment Protection Agency of Ghana and the Ghana Statistics Service, and this inspired key intervention measures. So we're able to produce this change detection. You can see that 2024, the forest, the reserve had already lost approximately 50% of its area due to illegal gold mining. And also we can verify which are the points that were affected by these mining activities uh, in each uh, in each at each point, and also appropriate intervention measures could be suggested too. In collaboration with uh, the Sahel and West Africa um, uh, Club, we were able to uh, map the urban green areas and also to cover or compare year by year, especially 2021, and this would inform the enforcement of the green city policy across the continent, and also it could be duplicated at continental level. That you form different initiatives. So we do have something as this case, uh, especially aiming at improving the way of doing things. That's methodology. Also working on maybe water resources, agriculture and food security, uh, drought, coastal erosion, urbanization, and any other you may think of. Please feel free to share it using the questionnaire shared in the chat, and also I share it via email. And then otherwise, if we would like to understand deeper the Africa platforms and how they work, please try uh, to work on our courses. There, you can do them at your pace. So they're available in French. There are intro, water resources, electric food security, urbanization, land degradation, coastlines, water bodies, and also other courses from like the WASA, cooperation with the WASA. Last July, we added the climate toolkit and wetlands workflow. And also, I think last 2 weeks we had another course on the WhatsApp. And those courses are available in French and English. Please feel free to look at them. Each Wednesday we meet, we discuss about the Africa platforms and the advanced English technologies. If there's anything to present, please let us know. We can give you a sort of time, just 30 to 40 minutes to share what you did with a wide range uh, of users. And of course, I thank everyone, especially you here, and also the Nigerian Space Research Development Agency for offering us this opportunity. Someone was asking about our email. It is here, our email, myself, email, and also the one for Kenneth Mbeya, who's a corporate development lead. Please reach out to us. But most importantly, before I close the session, uh, you can also, through via our website, you can go to contact and you send your inquiry immediately using this form. That's one. But also, uh, if once again, if you go to our website, you can access uh, to a lot of uh, uh, facilities, focus area, theme by theme, our platforms here. You can see which platform we have, and of course, our user guide. Our user guide is very important as it can show you how what products and services we have. You see, each product and service is well described. You can see limitations, capabilities, and so on. So you can see which are for the Africa, which are external, and you can have usually on each on everyone, but also the platforms come up, Sandbox, the Metadata Explorer, and the E3 Africa Geoportal by E3. So the Cuban box, how you can set up it, your local Cuban box, and access to the Africa platform data. How can you access to them directly, as you can see. Also, web service for GIS. I was telling you that you can use the Africa platform uh, through any classic uh, spatial analysis softwares, and this when also documented, you can send them via QGIS, and also I remember also having developed something on accessing this via ArcGIS Pro, just to make life easier, depending upon the familiarity with any spatial analysis uh, softwares. Please have a look at or at all this. And also, as you saw in email, I've shared with you the all the all the all the documents or the recording on our YouTube channel. You can trace back what we did. And of course, this was how we can use the Africa datasets in ArcGIS Pro. Here, it is well documented. You can receive them. I don't have necessary to go to into the sandbox. And of course, also just to highlight that if you go to our GitHub uh, repository, once again, you have um, you have access to all these folders and to the codes. You can either adapt it, adjust them, but also you can even clone them and work on them within your own environment or your own sandbox account. So that was for today. And I thank you for the whole training. And so if there is someone from the Nigerian space who would like to kind of wrap up the meeting and close, once again, I'll share with you certificates soon. Once produced, I send them to the Nigeria space. They sign them and hand over to them to you directly. The good thing that at least I have developed them. Now it's a matter of having the signature of the director of strategic space applications, and then you get them soon. So thank you, and um, over to Nigeria Space Research, Space Research Development Agency, just for the concluding remarks. Thank you. Anyone? Is Lady there? Dr. Lady?